I'm gonna get started on my patties. And it's super simple. I like to taste the meat, so I keep my ingredients on the spare side. First, I add a couple of big, hefty pinches of salt. I really like to keep my meat very savory so I don't have to do any salting at the end. And now I'm gonna add a big pinch of garlic. I love garlic and burgers together, so I like to add quite a bit, but feel free to do less or completely omit it if you are not into garlic. And I like to finely chop it because no one wants to bite into a big garlic chunk in their burger. And now a pinch of thyme. And this is sort of my little trick. I love the flavor of thyme. It's really earthy and it gives it a nice little herbaceous undertone that you don't expect to have in burgers. Great, and now quite a bit of pepper. And to add a big exclamation point on the meat flavor, I like to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. It adds a really nice hint of spice and meaty flavor, so a few drops go a very long way, so I just put a little bit in. And the trick here is you don't want to over blend it, you kind of want to treat it like a meatball. And when we get to forming the patties, you want to do it very gently. That preserves the amazing texture and keeps your burger very juicy. So I'm going to get a nice large handful going. And I just like to kind of toss it between to sort of form a big circle. And then I very gently press it out, not pressing so hard that it compacts anything. And now for the toppings. And one of my absolute favorite things to put on top of burgers, dip my French fries into, is aioli. And aioli is basically just a French garlic mayonnaise. I whip it up super fast and I'll show you how. You just start with half a cup of mayonnaise, just plop it right into your bowl. And you can use any mayonnaise you like. If you like the kind that uses canola, olive oil, go for it. And then I like to add whole grain mustard. I love the flavor of whole grain mustard. It's a little bit spicy, but in that sort of cupboard spice rather than heat spice. And I cannot get enough of the stuff, so I kind of like to sneak it into everything. So I add about 2 tablespoons because I love mustard. And the next ingredient is garlic. I'm adding quite a bit, but a pinch will totally do you. And the trick here is getting the garlic really finely minced, so you can use a mortar and pestle, a garlic press, or just bust out those knife skills and really finely chop it. Next is the lemon zest. I like to lemon the zester, which means I just hold the zester right here using my lemon, just pressing it against it. And you just need a tiny bit. This adds a little bit of brightness to the whole thing, so it cuts through that mayonnaise, cuts through the mustard, and you get just a hint of that lemon flavor. It's so good. And keeping up with that idea of really bright, bold flavors to cut through the mayo, I love adding parsley. And I feel like parsley is sort of an ignored herb, but I love adding it to stuff. It has a really lovely, almost peppery flavor, and it's just dynamite in something like this. Even though this has a lot of great flavors going on in here, it still needs to be seasoned. So I start with a pinch of salt. Hit it with some pepper. I love this stuff. And we're on to the other toppings. I love arugula because it has that nice kind of peppery, bitey, really pungent flavor. Tomatoes. And I'm just gonna do a couple of thin slices just to have on top of my burger. And now I'm gonna do some red onion. And I love the flavor of red onion rather than white or yellow onion for eating fresh, so it doesn't overwhelm the flavors going on in the burger. All my toppings are ready to go, so I'm gonna get started on cooking my burgers. My brother, no burger is complete without some cheese. I like the flavor of Swiss cheese on my burger because it's a little more mild, not quite so sharp. Henry likes American and cheddar. I'm pretty sure because it just looks better, so yellow cheese for him. My burgers are done, and I've been covering them with aluminum foil to let them rest for about 5 minutes just to make sure that it stays super juicy and warm. So let's see how these look. Great. All right, so it's time to make our burgers. Henry, okay. It's time. So it's time to finally eat. Will you pass me the buns, because we can't really have a burger without a bun.
Certainly.
Thank you. And these are lightly toasted, so they're delicious and they won't get super soggy, because nothing's worse than a soggy, crumbly bun. Obviously, you are getting the one with the cheddar, so I will plate you first.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And mine. Great. I have basically every topping imaginable, including your beloved bacon. So let's get started on mine first. Hook me up with a little bit of aioli, please.
All right.
Okay. And do you like aioli? Are you into it at all?
I don't know. I don't really like mayonnaise style things on burgers.
Okay. You know I'm obsessed with it though. It's like my thing. Okay, that looks like plenty. And as you know, I also love arugula on my burgers. 2 little slices of tomato. And then I'm gonna do a little sprinkling of red onion. This is my burger. It's basically ready to go. So Henry, walk me through how to make a Henry burger. What goes on first?
I like to put the bacon underneath
Oh my God.
so that you don't like take it all out in one bite. Just kind of rests under there. And then barbecue sauce.
And so you don't knife it at all, you just let it pour out.
Yep. Just like that.
This is like the antithesis of my burger.
And all done.
That's it.
I like smush it there.
And you like to smush it to
Yeah.
get it going all together.
Yeah.
Well, we're done. You want to eat?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool.